Welcome ladies and gentlemen, I am SocioPsycho and this is Mob Reviews, and today we're going to take a look at Call of a Ninja. This is created by Lee Page, available for PC and Mac. It is a 2D puzzle physics-based platformer in command of ninja troops, and you order them to do certain actions to get to the dojo on each variable mission. How well does it actually handle? And that is what we will answer here today, and we'll begin in the options menu. Now unfortunately, there actually isn't a options menu in this game, as there is no graphic quality setting. Now the graphics are very basic, something you would see from a tablet or a phone, but it does work out well. It runs at 1920 by 1080 screen resolution with 60 frames per second, no tearing, clipping, or crashing. Performance-wise, I have not had any issues due to the way the game has run, so that is definitely nice. But one of the negative aspects is the music. There is no music sound slider or even on and off in the game, and some of the music in the beginning does fit the theme of a Ninja Dojo style Japanese adventure, but as it progresses forward, it sounds more like elevator music or something that really does not fit the atmosphere at all, and it's really unfortunate. Along with the controls. Now the controls to the game are very simple. It's mouse orientated. You click on an action that you want the ninja to take and you place a location on the map. Once you do this and the ninja runs into the action, he will perform said action. The annoying aspect is the time crunch that you are put under. As soon as you place the first action, everything starts unraveling and moving as fast as you can. Now the first 20 levels, this isn't a big deal, or you can get by or manage to deal with it. But if the actions you have the availability to take were marked in between 1 and 5 keys, it would allow you a lot more freedom and the availability to lay down the actions that you want and not feel so rushed. And there is a point to being rushed, but the degree they do it to is one of poor game mechanic rather than challenge. And when we look at the game is split up very simplistically. You have the basic gameplay and level design. And the basic gameplay is very basic. You start with a certain amount of ninjas that will spawn out of the starting location. Now these ninjas will just continually run like chickens with a head cut off, and you need to place down certain ninja actions on the map in locations for them to be able to get around obstacles or not die. Such as if they are on water, you need to give them the ability to walk on water, otherwise they will drown. Or you need them to jump over a small little rock or platform or some variable, then there is that as well, and speed will increase the distance that they'll be able to jump, so it does have combinational element to it. When it comes down to the gameplay, it's actually a fairly well done concept. You have X amount of number of ninjas that you need to get to a dojo, so if you start with 40 and they say, hey, you need to get 35 of your ninjas to a dojo, that means the room for error is very small. On top of the fact that there is also a timer on the bottom right corner, so you need to finish the mission in this time orientation. And this is where the game kind of messes up, because they have not just one, but they have 2 time flushes. You don't have in the beginning the availability to plan out your moves and sort of see how things happen. You have to do it by trial and error and repetitiveness. Because you already have the time that the mission is orientated to be completed in on the bottom corner, the rush feeling that you have due to the immediate start once you place down your first action bubble really does not benefit the game. Yes, it can make it feel a little more high-paced, but as the levels get more complicated and more entry points happen, it becomes less of a, oh wow, that was challenging, or what's the correct pattern to do this, how will I find out what I need to do, to just, come on, this is annoying. You're not giving me the time I necessarily need due to how my capability with the interface actually is to accomplish the task. Because I have to select each bubble, then select back onto the map on where I place it, instead of having hotkeys to the action jump ninja abilities, you slow down my time, and at the same time you slow me down, the ninjas are still running crazy and possibly dying in some variable. Is the game challenging? It has a good curve, I will give it that. The difficulty level does curve as you increase in the levels, and it does so fairly. The ideas of the concepts behind how the gameplay handles is done well. The unfortunate factor is that the implementation of those ideas don't exactly meet the same standard. And when we talk about level design, you do have a good level design. There are about 30 missions in the game, and as you progress through these missions, you'll see new and interesting maps. It's not the same thing. They'll mix it up, and there'll be different variables and different challenges, and you have to really try your thing and trial and error, like I said. The level design aspect of it definitely is well done, because you don't feel like you're seeing the exact same mission over and over again. There are variables which you need to take into account. Yes, there are some minor little things about getting the ninja actions put in the exact perfect locations, which does come down, unfortunately, to trial and error. You may lose the first 4 times because the action you placed was a centimeter too close to the left or the right, and all your ninjas died. But it does a good job at giving you a new challenge every single mission. I just would have appreciated the availability to have some sort of mission pop-up screen which said, hey, look, these are all the missions. You have beaten these missions. You can go back and replay level 5 or 7 or whatnot if you wish to. But there isn't that. The interface in how you interact with the world is so limiting that it's actually damaging to how the game handles the more you go through it. So at the end of the day, can I recommend this game? And I have to say no. On sale, maybe, but it just comes down to a fact that you feel continuously rushed throughout the game, and it's not because of good gameplay mechanics, it's because of a poor interface with your environment. You don't have the freedom, quickness, and availability to place down command structures to your ninjas and feel like a boss. You never have a sense of power or progression. You're never like, I am feeling I'm powerful, I'm on top of it, I'm reactive, I'm in control. Yes, you'll still have to solve some of the puzzles and the physics behind them, but the lack of speed that you are supposed to have being the ninja master is too detrimental. Yes, it has good levels and variables in what you face, but the quickness, reactional availability you have in telling your troops what to do is too detrimental and more apparent as you progress through the game. It's a fun, cute little game, but it just doesn't hit the mark that it needs to. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm SocioPsycho, this is Mob Reviews. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'll see you next time.